Welcome to round one of the Gamerz Paradise Ultra Prism League Cup. On the top, we have Justin Guerra, who I believe is a San Antonio native, playing against Shannon Williams at the bottom, who is also from San Antonio. We do see Justin start with an energy evolution from that Eevee, evolving into the Glaceon GX with that Freezing Gaze ability, which will stop any GX abilities or EX abilities that come into play. We do see Shannon playing some sort of Ralts Gallade deck. We do see Fighting Energy, so we know it's not Gardevoir. And Justin mentioned the Zorua, signaling he does play that Zoroark GX, which is so very popular nowadays. We see a pass onto Shannon's turn, a Float Stone onto the Ralts, and we're just going to see either an Energy onto the Ralts or a Cynthia, drawing a fresh hand of 6 cards. While Shannon shuffles up, just so you guys know, I am currently staying in downtown Dallas at an hotel for a conference, so you might hear some noises in the background. It's either going to be coming from planes, trains, or automobiles, as I am located just south of the Love Field Airport, and I believe the DART train goes basically outside my window. Or you might just hear some random doors closing, as that it's a hotel. So we do see a Buzzwole hit the bench, a energy in hand, more than likely going to be on that Buzzwole. Yeah. And we're probably just going to see a retreat and a Jet Punch, doing 30 damage to the active Glaceon and 30 to that bench Zorua. So we do know that this is now a Buzzwole Gallade deck. Pretty interesting. You have the Premonition ability, which can kind of combo with the Max Elixir effect. On Justin's side, we do see an Ultra Ball, going to allow him to search for a Tapu Lele, use that Wonder Tag ability to grab a draw supporter, which is Cynthia. So yeah, back to Premonition, Max Elixir. That's a pretty cool combo you can do. You can also Premonition. I do know that Shannon plays a couple of Oranguru, so you can Premonition, use the Instruct ability to draw into cards you need. So that's pretty cool. You also kind of just bully all Zoroark decks, or the full Zoroark decks, the ones that play just Zoroark, or Zoroark We do see a double colorless off that Cynthia. We do see another double colorless in hand, actually. And we'll see a Frost Spear doing 90 damage to the active Buzzwole and 30 damage to the bench Ralts. Very reminiscent of the Night Spear attack that we saw a couple years ago with Darkrai EX. Here we have kind of an awkward hand on Shannon, from Shannon. We do have an Ultra Ball. Probably going to have to get rid of a Gallade and another draw support. Yeah. Choosing to discard the Sycamore and keep a Gallade in the deck, which will allow her to shuffle it back with the Cynthia, obviously. But interesting to see what this Ultra Ball gets, which is an Oranguru. This will allow Shannon to draw one card, maybe hoping to hit that rare candy to draw the Gallade. Or to get the Gallade in play, I should say. We'll see an Instruct for 1. Netting Shannon and another Fighting Energy. I don't believe attaching the energy at this moment is the best course of action. And nope, we'll just see a Cynthia. So she could have put the energy onto either the Ralts or the Buzzwole. But the Buzzwole more than likely is getting knocked out. Justin will need a Choice Band to knock out this Buzzwole, as Buzzwole has 190 HP, and 90 plus 90 is not a knockout. So perhaps grabbing... let's see an Ultra Ball, going to discard Tapu Koko and then N. Going to grab a second Buzzwole. Okay, so that's more than likely where the second energy attachment is going to be, onto this bench Buzzwole. Now, as I was saying, the Frost Spear won't be enough to knock out this Buzzwole without a Choice Band. But Justin does have the option to use the GX attack to take the knockout. So here we'll see a second Jet Punch, doing 30 damage to Tapu Lele on the bench. Justin did draw an Acerola, going to discard that with the trade ability, draw 2 extra cards. We do see a red card in Justin's hand, not a card we see very often. But at this moment, that would be giving Shannon an extra card. And I don't think Justin wants to use that quite yet. We do see another fairly uncommon card with, not the Bridget. We see Bridget all the time, right? But there is a Skyla in hand. Not a card we see too often, but has some pretty niche uses in this deck. So the Bridget going to grab Justin a Vulpix, a Zerua, and we'll see a second Eevee with the basic water going onto it. And we'll see if Justin can get a second Glaceon in play. Looks like he's going to fail that. So either, there's a Glaceon in hand, or he probably has a couple Glaceon. Rather unfortunate on his end. Probably could have checked that with the Bridget before he went to attach the water. But that's neither here nor there. So we'll see a... Oh, did you see an Aqua Patch? So you can Aqua Patch and attach to the bench Vulpix. If he so chooses, and I think we're going to go ahead and see that, yeah. An Aqua Patch onto the bench Vulpix. I do believe Justin plays the Alolan Ninetales with the Luminous Barrier ability. And we do see a GX attack from the Glaceon, knocking out that Buzzwole, while Shannon promotes a Waltz. And Shannon did top deck the Rare Candy, which is pretty great. And now she can use Premonition and combine that with the Instruct ability to draw into the cards that she needs. She does have one puzzle in hand, and we do see the second puzzle being placed on top of the deck. So this will allow Shannon to play a double puzzle, get back a draw supporter, or maybe an energy, depending on what she needs. If she grabs the energy, that'll allow her to use either Absorption or Knuckle Impact with the Max Elixir that she put as a second card. So as long as she hits a energy off of the Max Elixir, she should be okay. But first we'll see a double puzzle, grabbing an N, and probably either Buzzwole or the energy. More than likely going to be the energy though. This will allow her to get that absorption off this turn. So see the energy going on to Buzzwole. Maybe not. Yeah. So we'll see the energy onto the Buzzwole. And a Max Elixir going to hit the fighting energy. So this Buzzwole is primed to go. And we'll see an N. Normally, you're going to use your GX attack first with Buzzwole, right? So you don't have to Knuckle Impact and waste a turn of not attacking. So while these players shuffle up, let's go ahead and see what they draw. We do see a Tapu Lele. Not going to be super useful right now because of that Freezing Gaze ability. We'll see a retreat into Gallade, or retreat into Buzzwole from the Gallade, sorry. And we'll just see an Absorption GX coming down shortly. Yep. Going to knock out the Glaceon. Both players now at 4 prizes. Really close game. We do see Justin promote the Vulpix, perhaps signaling either having the Alolan Ninetales in hand. We do see double colors and a Cynthia. So no Alolan Ninetales in hand just yet, but the double colorless does signal that he is going for that at this moment. So we'll go ahead and see if Justin can draw into that. For those who don't know, the Alolan Ninetales does have the Luminous Barrier ability, which does not allow Pokemon EX or GX to put damage on it. So it'll be essentially safe from this active Buzzwole. That'll force Shannon to either use Gallade or Oranguru to attack it. Actually, Oranguru is pretty good against this Ninetales because Ninetales cannot one-shot the Oranguru, but Oranguru can one-shot the Ninetales with 3 energy on it. We'll see a trade discarding a Bridget, a second Zoroark coming down into play. That'll allow Isaac to get a second trade off, drawing some more cards. Or we might just see a Aurora Beam from the Ninetales. First we see a second trade, discarding Floatstone. I don't think there's anything else that you can play in this hand. And then an Aurora Beam for 80 damage. This Aurora Beam will need to be augmented somehow by either a Choice Band or Professor Kukui. Professor Kukui is not enough. I need a Choice Band for this next turn if Justin wants to take a knockout on this Buzzwole. As it only does 80 damage and Buzzwole has 190, obviously. So it'd be 10 off. We do see a premonition placing the double colors on top of the deck, but no way to really get to that at the moment, which is rather unfortunate. We do see a couple of Guzma in hand that could allow Shannon to bring up maybe a Zorak GX on the bench if she can hit a max elixir onto one of these Orangaroos that is on the bench. Or maybe even benching a Lele. But we'll see an energy onto the Orangaroo. And max elixir, gonna dig, and failed that one. But she does have a second max elixir in hand, so if she can hit the second max elixir, you can Guzma up a bench Zorak, retreat the Orangaroo, and take another knockout this turn. So let's see. Second max elixir. And there it is. So I believe that's the play that she's going for at this moment. Going to go down to 2 prizes momentarily. So we'll see a Guzma. Yeah, Guzma into the Zorak. A retreat into that Buzzwall again, discarding those 2 fighting energies she just placed on it. And we will see a Knuckle Impact for the knockout, dealing way more damage than is necessary to that Zorak because of the weakness. Shannon does have the option to put down the Tapu Lele of this turn and not use the ability, going to instruct for 1 more card and bench a second Buzzwall. We'll see a Knuckle Impact there and a knockout. Once again, the question is, how do you deal with this active Alolan Ninetales? We'll see a Field Blower onto the Glade. Not super necessary, but it is just a way to get the card out of your hand. The Glade can knock out the second Zorak because of weakness. I guess if Justin ever attacked with a Tapu Lele, that Glade would be 10 short from knocking it out. We do see a second Skyla. Or is it the first Skyla? The first Skyla. Probably the same Skyla that we saw earlier. But a Skyla for the Choice Band, which will allow Justin to take the knockout here with the Aurora Beam. Now dealing 110 damage. Just enough to knock out this Buzzwall. So let's see. Does Justin? Nope, just an attack and a knockout. You do see Shannon promote the active Orangaroo. There's a Floatstone in hand. Going to put that down. She does have a puzzle in hand. She can either hold that or play it to see if she can run and hit the second puzzle or the fourth puzzle. But no, it looks like she's going to play it and just rearrange the top 3 cards of her deck. Nothing that was really that helpful at the moment. But she does have a Premonition and an Instruct to use if she can lower her hand size down just a little bit. So we'll see. Maybe just a pass onto. Oh, there's a Premonition. That's a lot of fighting energy and a couple of cards she cannot use at the moment. Maybe we'll just see a Guzma into maybe the Zorak. Yeah. And switch into Buzzwall. Now she can instruct for that fighting energy. Yep. And then start doing some damage to this active Zorak, forcing Justin either to have an Acerola, which we saw he discarded one earlier, or some other way to move this active. Here we'll see an Ultra Ball. Going to grab maybe a Ralts, maybe nothing, just so she can instruct for 3 cards. So a really great play, not one that I had saw. So yeah, good job. So we'll see a second Instruct, going to draw Shannon's 3 cards. Or no, she's both Instruct already. Okay, so we'll just see a Jet Punch for 130 onto that Eevee, threatening a knockout with the second Jet Punch. We do see Evolve into Glaceon, which is going to stop that. A DCE going onto that Glaceon as well. And a trade discarding Zorua. The DC will let Justin get off a second Frost Spear, forcing Shannon to either retreat the Buzzwole or somehow remove the damage from play. We do see that red card in Justin's hand again. Not going to play that. That would be giving Shannon 4 additional cards from her hands of 0. So what will we see from Justin? Maybe a Guzma onto one of the bench Pokemon. Just getting the Zoroark out of the active. Yeah. We'll see a Guzma into the Tapu Lele and an Aurora Beam for 110 damage, forcing Shannon to retreat this Tapu Lele or risk losing the game next turn. So see a draw, Premonition, looking at the top 5 cards of her deck. She does have an Instruct for 2 at the moment. She did draw a Draw Supporter, but I believe it is N. Yeah, which would only net her 2 cards. So we gotta make these Instructs count. We'll see a DCE Field Blower. With her current hand, there is no way to retreat this Tapu Lele and take a knockout, or even attack, really. You have to Instruct, draw the double colorless, but you need to use that to move the active Tapu Lele or risk losing the game, or lose the game, because that's enough damage. So the DC is going to have to go onto the active. It's really unfortunate. But if she doesn't, that'd be the end of the game. But after this end to 2, Shannon will have another Instruct, but Justin also does have Trade on his side. So yes, the Luminous Barrier will prevent any damage from GXs or EXs. Tapu Lele just goes through weakness and resistance. You'll see an N, but move players down to 2 cards. So let's see what both players end up drawing here. Shannon looking maybe for a Max Elixir, or yeah, that's basically it, Max Elixirs. We'll see a second Instruct, grabbing a double colorless off the top of the deck, but unfortunately she's going to have to retreat and bring up this Buzzwole. While the Luminous Barrier does protect the Alolan Ninetales, she can still do damage to the bench if she chooses to do so. So yeah, so put that Ninetales up at 130 damage and a pass on to Justin's turn. We do see Justin draw a Rescue Stretcher, but I do not believe he has a Tapu Lele in the discard pile. Just a couple of Zorua, Eevee, and Glaceon at the moment. So we won't see a Rescue Stretcher for Tapu Lele play. But we do see a trade discarding a 1 energy, Enhanced Hammer, removing that strong energy off of the Buzzwole. Once again, forcing Shannon to have a way to remove damage from this Buzzwole or retreat it outright. We do see a Skyla here. What's Justin going to search for? He could just grab a Guzma, if he has one in deck, and basically signal I have game no matter what next turn, unless you end me. Or maybe grab something like a Choice Band, yeah. Choice Band, which will, once again, kind of signal you need to get rid of this Choice Band, and remove the active Buzzwole, or risk losing the game as well. I think personally the Guzma, if it's in deck, would have been a slightly better play. Because if Shannon's able to retreat this, maybe to Rangaroo, you still need a Guzma to knock out. So the Guzma is a little bit more of a guaranteed win over the Choice Band. Unless you get end out of it, obviously. And then that makes the Choice Band a better play. So it's one of those 50-50s that you have to kind of think of before you end your turn. So we will see, going to have to attach a double colors to Buzzwole. Buzzwole with a 2 retreat cost. Once again, just a couple of cards short from taking a knockout on this active Ninetales. So we'll see the double colors going onto the Buzzwole. We're going to see a retreat, more than likely a choice band going on the Gallade. Instruct for 1, there is a Max Elixir. You can place a Max Elixir onto the Oranguru. You could set up a Psychic, which would knock out this Ninetales actually. Psychic doing 60 plus 20 more damage for every energy attached to the defending Pokemon. So dealing 120 damage. But won't be able to attack with it this turn. We'll just see a retreat into the Oranguru, a second Instruct, once again grabbing another energy, and a pass onto Justin's turn. So here Justin needs to draw a Guzma or... Yep, so there's the Guzma. That is game. So we will return shortly with Game 2 of the Ultra Prism League Cup. See you guys in a bit.